Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna be doing one-page weekly bullet journal spreads, and these bullet journal spread ideas are pretty minimalist, and so these are really great one-page weekly spread ideas for you to quickly create whenever you're running low on time. I'm also gonna be explaining when would be the best times for you to create a spread like this, and so you can choose which one would fit your lifestyle best. And to create all of these bullet journal weekly spreads, I'm not going to be using any washi tape, stickers, doodles, or drawings. And like always, all of the pens and products that I'm going to be mentioning in this video are all going to be linked in the description. So for this one-page weekly spread, I'm actually going to divide the page in two and write the dates of the week in the middle. So this is going to be really great if you want to combine your work and personal tasks in one bullet journal. That way you can keep everything on one page and see everything that you have to do, but separate whether it's for work, school, or personal. And just to make this weekly spread a little bit more fun, I wanted to create a gradient with the header on top with the boxes. And for the colors, I'm going to be using the Tombow brush pens, and everything is going to be available in the pastel set. The next one-page weekly spread idea for your bullet journal is going to be a little bit more minimalist. However, in this page, I'm also going to be using the stamps that I got from Notebook Therapy. I'm going to be using the weather stamps here, and so I'm going to be creating one little column where I'm going to put the stamps for the weather of that day and then just write the date next to it. I really love this spread because it's super easy to set up, and it's really good for anyone that needs to keep in mind of what the weather is going to be like. I really love these stamps from Notebook Therapy. I really like the fact that you can use your Tombow brush pens to, color in the stamps, so you can use any color as long as you have a brush pen for it. This is not sponsored at all by Notebook Therapy, but just one thing to note if ever you are thinking about ordering the stamps from them. I live in Canada and it took me a really long time to get my shipment. It actually took me 3 months to get the stamps that I ordered, and it was because if you don't receive your order within 8 weeks, you can send an email for Notebook Therapy to resend you another stamps. I had to wait for the 8 weeks, and then it took another 4 weeks for them to send the stamps to me to Canada. It's not really a big deal, but I just want you to be mindful in case you are thinking about ordering it and you're in a rush. And I know that's not everyone's experience, but that was just what happened for me, and so I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. So the next one-page weekly spread that we're going to create for our bullet journal is going to be really great for any of you that wants to have kind of a running task list or a master task list for the week. So if you have a lot of things that you want to get done, but it's not really tied to a specific date, this is a spread that I really like to go for. So for this weekly spread, I'm going to create a little banner, and this is where I'm going to write down any deadlines, meetings, or events. And next to it, you can just create a list for all of the things that you want to get done for the week. So the next one-page bullet journal weekly spread is also going to be pretty minimal. This is going to be kind of a combination of our previous two weekly spreads, in that we're going to include the weather of each day, but we're also going to include a little section for the top tasks of the week. What I'm going to do here is that I'm going to divide the page into 6 equal sections, and 5 of those sections are going to be for each weekday, and the other section is also going to be for the top tasks of the week. I really like to create a spread like this, especially when it's near the end of the month. As you can see here, it's overlapping between the month of April and March, and in the top tasks list, you can create any remaining tasks that you want to get done before the month is over. And again, these are the same stamps that I use from Notebook Therapy. The next one-page weekly spread idea for your bullet journal is going to be a really fun one, especially if you want to add any quotes or doodles to your weekly spread. And so what we're going to do is that we're going to split our bullet journal page into 9 equal rectangles. And because there's only 7 days of the week, the other 2 boxes are really there for you to draw or write any quotes. In this weekly spread, I'm actually going to use one for the calendar and the other one for a quote. And the quote that I want to choose for this weekly spread is one that says, "It is already coming to me." I choose this quote because I've been trying to practice a mindset of abundance and gratitude, and so this quote was something that really resonates with me. Of course, feel free to change it to any quote that fits you and empowers you as well. And again, the stamp that I'm going to be using here is also going to be from the same stamp set from Notebook Therapy. And to add a little bit of color to this weekly spread, I'm going to be alternating the banners from pink and black. The next one-page weekly spread idea that I'm going to create for my bullet journal is going to be really great if you want to keep track of any of your habits or keep track of your sleep as well. And so what I'm going to do here is that for one half of the page, I'm going to divide that into 7. And this 7 is just going to be for each day of the week. On the side, we're going to have a section for our calendar, and then we can also create a little section for our habits and our sleep. So depending on how much habits you want to track for each week, you can make this section longer or shorter as you want. However, for me, I felt that tracking 3 habits at a time was the most effective for me. And so I'm just going to focus on the 3 main habits that I want to focus on for the week. I'm going to be drawing a little icon to represent each habit. And then next to it, I'm going to create 7 squares to represent each day of the week that I can cross off or make a little X whenever I did that habit in the week. Just below that, I'm going to create a really simple tracker for my sleep. I'm just going to write down the numbers 5 to 11 to note how much sleep I got for each day. And comment down below, what trackers do you like to keep in your bullet journal? And if you have a little bit of extra space at the bottom, you can use this for a quote or a list of events. The next one-page bullet journal weekly spread idea is also going to be pretty simple, and it's really great for you if you have a lot of tasks that you want to keep track of for each day of the week. And so what we're going to do is we're going to divide the page into 7 equal sections. And again, with the Tombow brush pen in the pastel set, we're just going to create a gradient color with the pinks, purple, and blue color. And as you can see, I also made a little smudge in one of the boxes, and it's really easy to fix if you ever make any mistakes in your bullet journal. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a white pen. I'm using the white Jelly Roll pen here, and I'm just going to go over the smudge that I made with my brush pen. And I like to let the brush pen dry a little bit before writing over it, but once it's dry, I can go ahead and write the dates of each week and then write the days of the week in the gradient boxes. And this is just a really fun way for you to add a bit of color in your weekly spread. And I also noticed that I made another mistake and I wrote Saturday twice, but oh well, it is what it is. It's a lot harder to fix any bullet journal mistakes if it's over any colors or stuff like that, so I'm just gonna leave it as is. The next idea is a little bit less of a structured spread, but I really like to create a page like this whenever it's the end of the month and I want to make sure that I finished everything I wanted to finish before the new month starts. And what I did here is I separated the page into 3 equal boxes, and I'm just going to separate it to personal, professional, or other events. And in those boxes, you can write all of the tasks that you need to get done before the month ends. hope these one-page weekly spreads was able to give you a lot of ideas and inspiration for your own bullet journal. Feel free to tag me on Instagram if you recreated any of these, and I hope to see you in another one of my videos. Thank you for watching!